Welcome to your Week 11 Rooting Guide, where you'll find out who exactly we want to win this weekend outside of the Cowboys taking revenge on the Ravens for the final game at Texas Stadium and whooping up on the team from Baltimore. Now, we always root for the AFC over the NFC. That means that we want the Jaguars to beat the Lions and we want the Dolphins to beat the Rams. There's a not too interesting NFC matchup between Chicago and New York. The issue is that New York has won 4 in a row, and they take on Chicago and Cleveland the next 2 weeks. So they're easily going to be 8-3 unless one of those two teams pulls an upset. So obviously, root for Chicago and Jay Cutler as much as you like to make fun of Cutler. Now, 3 very interesting matchups remain on the NFC side. The first of which is going to be the Cardinals and the Vikings. Cardinals are at 4-4-1. The Vikings are at 5-4. The Cardinals are the hotter team, though. They've gone 3-1-1 in their last 5 games, so they're starting to get their act together. So even though the Vikings, we have a game against the Vikings left, I think we want Minnesota to win to go ahead and knock off the Cardinals because we don't want to see another hot team making it to the playoffs. So I would much rather see the Vikings take this win. It's a little bit against conventional wisdom, but that's how I'm rolling. Now, the Packers and Washington face off on Monday night. The Packers are 4-5. Washington is 5-3-1. This one's pretty simple. The Packers are reeling. We have a victory over them. We have a victory over Washington too, but there is a second matchup coming up on Thanksgiving later on next week, actually. So we're going to root for the Packers in this one, have them move to 500, knock Washington back a little notch, and give us some breathing room over them as well. The main matchup everybody wants to know about is the Eagles and the Seahawks. The Eagles are at 5-4. The Seahawks are at 6-2-1. Nobody likes to root for the Eagles, but in this one you're going to have to, and it's much deeper than the records. The Eagles are the last team currently above 500 that the Seahawks are going to face. So they easily are going to be favored in every single game for the rest of the season, which means them only having 2 losses, they could easily end up the season 13-2-1, which would make it very difficult for the Cowboys to take the NFC top seed. Even with a 13-3 record, the Seahawks would get it by virtue of that tie that they had with Arizona early in the year. So we want the Seahawks to lose any game that's even close to resembling a good matchup, so we're rooting for the Eagles in this one. I know it hurts your heart, but it is what it is. That's it for your Morning Minute here on Cowboys Wire. I'm KD Drummond. You know what it is. Salute.